What is up, guys? I am back with another Premodern League. So for this first time, we're recording a Premodern League. We're just going to rip off Francisco here, both in YouTube formatting and in deck. I'm taking his Oath deck, and I just made some changes. I added the Angel in the main. I swapped a Seal for a Ray of Revelation. I cut a Mox. I added a Tutor. I cut four basics, or two basics for a Brushland and an extra Secluded Steppe. I cut a Lair for a Secluded Steppe. Sideboard's a little different. I always like a pivot to Argivian Find. Fran has always felt like tutors aren't good, but also was like mapping his sideboard around tutor. I just decided to make it a little extra redundant. That's just kind of my parfait experience, is that you just like board in a bunch of Argivian Find, and you tutor for your oath, they disenchant your oath, you find your oath, and then you have an oath, and you win the game. This warmth should be a Zern Orb. Zern Orb is just super good. And yeah, I just like Abeyance for the control matchups, and against Dreadnought, it's always good. And the rest is pretty stock. I think there's like a few cards different, but they're really not that important. So let's see how it goes. Yep, we're on the draw versus Mayo, and we have a turn 2 library or Sewer Resistance or Seal Cleansing. So probably going to lead on Step because I have a Sewer Resistance. Oh, that changes it a little. Okay, let's go ahead and grab basic, depending. This forest looks like an elf, but there's no elf turn one, so could just be like a survival deck, could be Enchantress, could be the mono green deck. Against most forests, Sylvan Library is pretty good. Alright, open pass. In that case, I'm going to play Sewer's Resistance since and against an opponent stuck on one land, Sewer's Resistance is pretty freaking good. Don't know how Sackboy's getting out of this one. Yeah, it is Elves. Alright, that is great news for me. So I definitely want a Sylvan. Oh, they're saying they kept a bad hand. Definitely want a Sylvan because I want to plow an elf to keep this cradle under control. Because I can always just seal the turn after survival come down. Because survival is probably going to come down for 3 mana, so. And I also just want to keep drawing lands. Eventually I'm just going to Cataclysm and try to Cataclysm with just like an Oath of Druids in play. Okay, yeah. We have a new plan, and that is to Cataclysm. Unfortunately, I have to draw an untapped land, but I have a Sylvan, so should be fine. Yeah. Okay, Elves. I actually don't think this matchup is great, but I'm told it's good, so we are gonna roll with it. Just gotta think. So Series Resistance is good against Elves, but the problem is they just generate so much more mana, even if they pay 2 mana for their guys. And if they have haste, they can probably play through it. It's just like not a powerful enough card. So what's going to happen this game is that they are going to basically try to fight through Oath. So like what they normally do is that they like trigger Oath with a dork. And then if I just like put Angel into play 4 life or 4 damage, it's just not going to do anything because the next turn they're going to like take it up to the next level, and then the turn after that they're going to take it up to like uh, an even further level. So Crypting Anger is pretty important to just stop their acceleration. All right, so yeah, I like the Graveyard Hate. I'm going to tutor for Oath a lot, and I'm just going to want to keep Survival of the Fittest off the table. Do I need any of these other cards? I think I don't mind one Sylvan, but it just doesn't feel like. I mean, that situation last game was a pretty good Sylvan. Because if I'm under control, I want to like keep drawing more. Um, but I think I can grind with just my cards. I guess one is pretty low opportunity cost. Yeah, first turn totem. First turn totem with backup totem. Wasteland for Cradle. I mean, okay, I guess I know what Fran was saying when he's saying this deck was good against Elves. Let's go ahead and play the Mox. And there's no downside to developing Cursed Totem here, right? Because Oath, I want to wait till they have a creature to force a Terravore into play and get my clock going, but they're also on a whatever lander, 2-lander. I'm going to tutor up a Seal Cleansing for the Survival of the Fittest, though. Acolyte. Was not happy to see that. Not my favorite kind of. Creature that can just let itself die to Oath. Okay. I guess I'll play around Trinkle Domain. Okay. Okay. Opponent is Hellbent. I forgot that they can't do anything with their activated abilities, so. Okay. Can I, like, what's the race look like? I guess the race would have looked really good if I put 2 Terravores into play, huh? Yeah, I probably should have done that just to shorten the clock, because this Oath is going to cook real slow. And they could just, like, well, I guess I'm out of deranged Hermit range since they don't have the Guy's Cradle, so, like, I cut off a potential natural order or other shenanigans, but I really would want to, like, get around a Tangle Wire here. Okay. Plow is pretty good. Yeah, and this Oath is going to make my guy a 2020. don't think my opponent should be too surprised. I mean, obviously I got slightly above the curve because I got 3 plus the tutor, but otherwise it still would have been 3, and then I just like wouldn't have. They'd have a survival against my oaths. But let's see if they still have the fight. I mean, I can always plow my own Terravores as well. Naturalize one of them. Yep. I mean, hit me with a well played, but obviously against a Multa 4, triple oath is pretty good. Almost contained it. Alright, match 2, up 1 match on the play versus Marcus Klein. And another classic turn 2 Terravore keep with Cataclysm to follow. Turn 2 Terravore, that's a 1/1. And my opponent's on a multi 5, so we're cashing in a little bit of luck. I don't know what we did to deserve it, but we've got it. And yeah, sorry for the Discord pops. I'm going to mute it now. Amateur Knight and Dixie. Right. Up against green-white with no Sylvan on my side, so I'm not loving that. Oh, up against Enchantress. Okay. This is going to be interesting. So I really want to get to this Cataclysm faster. How do I do that? Just drawing 4 lands. So I can Cataclysm on turn 3. I mean, there's no world in which I'm not casting Terravore here to get the beatdown going. And the real question is how I'm going to time this Cataclysm, because I need to draw 1 more land for it, since that Treva's Ruins was my was double land drop for me via Mox. Like, I could make 4 mana this turn in Cataclysm, but so I just need to draw 1 more land, which is fine. Oh man, green-white Enchantress. It's a good thing I got a lot of Ray Revelation, but I have literally nothing for Enchantress except for triggering Oath. But I have a lot of action here. It's not the worst. Gothian on turn 2. Interesting. Let's see what we got. Sphere of Resistance is good, but it puts my Cataclysm back a turn. I think Sphere of Resistance has to be, like, good. It's just going to help lock things up. I can start attacking with this Treetop, and their just acceleration is going to be so bad because I have to pay 4 mana for Presence this turn. Like, they have a lot of mana, but yeah, it's 3 mana Seal Cleansing to deal with the Sphere is pretty bad. I mean, they might hit the Mox. It's so funny. Whenever this happens, I'm always just like, man, if they hit the Mox, I'm screwed. Okay, that's not great for me. Okay, so we're gonna try to go for this. Okay, so this is not the best spot, but they're a little low on resources and have the Sphere in play, and they still might be like, this Sphere is annoying. And so if they're annoyed by the Sphere, they're gonna get cat. Yeah, yeah. So this is super sick for me now. So it's just okay. This is good. This is a good Cataclysm. In fact, it's a game-winning Cataclysm. Yeah, Presence is a little too slow. I mean, they get 1 more land drop, and they can save an Elephant Grass here for me, but I'm gonna save a Treetop Village probs. I don't see a reason why not to. Onto you, you, and you. I'll just hang on to the mana, that makes sense. And I have a 7/7. And Elephant Grass can't stop me, so I think that's the ESPN checkmark. Okay, Cataclysm good against Enchantress, go figure. So this is where things get interesting. Or does it? Maybe it's not interesting at all. Maybe I'm just going to do this. Yeah, I mean, if they have a Wild Growth start, I mean, they have to cast a bunch of spells per turn, so Sphere's still pretty good. But I think I'm just going to Cataclysm over and over, and I really just want to play this kind of game, where we just crush everything and we stop Replenish from crushing us. Right. Forgot about this one. Okay. I just need to like not play this when it's a dumb thing to do. I have Wastelands and Ports in this deck, right? I haven't drawn a single port in these games. Okay. I like a turn 2 library against Enchantress. And if they have a Wild Growth start, I can beat the Presence right away. I just need a second green source. Oh, that's a misclick. It's awkward because I would have to clean up a card, and I can't really do that. Yeah, unfortunately, Magic Online has been my co-pilot this match or this league. But yeah, I would definitely pass it back if I could somehow, if I could. But pitching to hand size there would be obviously silly. Play it as it lies, I guess. Wild Growth action. Sphere into port, into just like porting the Brushland every turn is an option. Sylvan Library, drawing a bunch of cards is also an option. I mean, I don't really want to operate this port for like 3 turns in a row. I'd rather develop a library and then operate the port while hitting all my land drops. So we're going to give them 1 turn of doing things. Because they can't really go too crazy, and I really want the Sylvan Library in play. Plus, if it's just presence, I gotta naturalize it, and it's like whatever. If it's just seal cleansing, then I will play another Sylvan. Both Sylvans is pretty lucky. I only have 2 real Sylvans in my deck. Time for the presence. Plus nothing. Oof, this is going to be a disgusting turn. Can I fit Terravore into my game plan? Do I need to fit Terravore into my game plan? they missed their third land drop, so the sphere's double sphere is just going to be really sick. And then all I need is I don't know, nothing. Literally doesn't matter. Should I worry about putting myself dead to Words of War? Presence? Or no, Enchantress. Okay, so we'll let the Oath do the work. We'll let the Oath do the work. Oh my god. Okay, so I don't really want to Oath out a tiny Terravore, but I only have 2 Terravores left in the deck. That's good, though. That's like a good thing. Okay. I don't need more lands, right? So we're going to play an Oath. This costs 3. And we're going to Wasteland this. And we're going to yield through this turn. Okay, this game's over. Well, Enchantress is a good matchup, I guess. I guess, no, I can't Argivian Find. I don't have 2 mana. Disenchant the Oath, and I will find it again. And also you can't, because you need to cast it. Yeah. I would never keep a non-basic plus wild growth hand against my deck, but that's just going to be a lesson learned for the future. Okay, and we have a 14-14. We're going to turn off auto yields. Is there any reason to play a second 14-14 into potential Parallax Wave? Parallax Wave is just, there's no shot that it happens. Yeah, let's go for the kill next turn. You're welcome to have a second Enchantress. I mean, I think if my opponent didn't F6, they would have like maybe, like I would have naturalized this, and then other stuff. Or, yeah, I can't Rare Revelation. I can't anything because I have my sphere. Alright, what's the play? Oh, Solitary would have gotten me. I mean, not, I have Rare Revelation, so technically not, but you know. Oh, this Cursed Totem is incorrect. I guess they didn't see my Oath of Druids, so they thought they could turn off Weathered Wayfarer, which could have gave them the business. That Cursed Totem is also bad. Okay, I guess nobody watches Fran's videos. And another W for Oathpauloosh. Yep, a little bit of benefits there, but still a good situation. Alright, match 3. We've got a nice 2-0 start. We're on the play. We have Mox Diamond in our hand. Oh, it's the only thing we're missing. Okay, this isn't a great hand, but it's still a keep. This is a green-white hand if I've ever seen one. It's going to be really good against land still. Oh, opponent's on a mulligan to 5, so we continue with the higher rolls. Get some more light in here. Alright, on the play, Treetop Village, go. Hopefully I don't have to... Oh. Interesting. Is this a dub? It's hard to analyze if this is a dub. I mean, Cataclysm is obviously insane. But like, Oath of Druids is also good. But Pernicious Teat is good against Oath of Druids. Oh, this is Angry Hermit. Uh-oh. Well, luckily we have the one card that matters. Okay, we're just freaking naked dreadnoughting here. With the stifle. Jesus Christ. Okay. Luckily I have the answer for that. Man, I need to draw a lot of Wastelands in this match. Okay, let's hope this was the only action my opponent had, because it's going to be a slow climb for me. Oh, now we're going to duress. Okay. Maybe they thought I was mono green and I just like wouldn't. I don't know, mono green runs Naturalize main deck. If they just duressed me, I would have lost. Yeah, I'll take one of the two Cataclysms. I would have probably therapied. I guess the deck only runs one therapy depending on who you are. Alright, let's draw a Wasteland. Why? Oh, therapy Terravore? Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, we're on the Treetop land. I'll take one Wasteland, please. Acceptable draw. It's a little awkward because my Cataclysm is just chillin'. Gonna blow up an extra land. I have no Terravores. Man, at least I have double Tormod's Crypt, Cursed Totem, Abeyance, Seal of Cleansing. So, oh, haven't seen this draw in a while. We're almost gonna negate the 12 life we let them gain. This is no longer a Cataclysm game. Alright, so what we can do is we can play Oath. And then, when they trigger it with Hermit Druid, activate and then play Sylvan Library. Alright, I still Cataclysm here if I draw planes, actually. Wait, maybe I should have sandbagged a Treetop then. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to take this turn if I sandbagged Treetop. But I really need a Cataclysm now. They know it's in the hand and they're just playing out lands. They're just like, okay, I need a Hermit. They're just gonna go for the Hermit. Okay. Okay. Does my deck contain anything? Sewer Resistance isn't good. Mox Diamond is fine. Wasteland doesn't matter from here, so why don't we just do 6 damage? I really just need a creature in play. Like, I would take a Chimeric Idol from this spot, because I could Cataclysm them down to 0 permanence from here. I guess we are going to consider gripping a Mox. Tutor, Mox. Tutor, Mox, Mox. Mox Treetop. Play Wasteland. Fine. I mean... Okay. That's the plan. Okay, opponent has other plans. I only run one Seal of Cleansing main, right? So there's nothing I can tutor for this. I don't really want these cards. I'm going to tutor next turn, so it's fine. I mean, I didn't play around with Vision Charm there, but there's no reason to. Do I need a tutor Mox anymore? Do I just tutor for sphere resistance? Maybe. Yeah, actually, yes. Okay, so tutor sphere. Or should I just bash with treetops over 2 turns? Bash with treetop sounds a lot better than trying to Cataclysm here. I want to shuffle this. I want to shuffle this though. I guess I can draw lands this turn because I need to draw exactly 1 more land. I'll shuffle this because I can Cataclysm Sphere in the same turn. That's like my panic button. But if that happens, I can draw 2 lands. I don't know, I could draw a Terravore and make it a 1-turn clock. Let's shuffle the lands away. Yeah. Sphere. Okay, that was the plan. They don't run any removal, right? Reanimate targeting my Terravore. Okay. Wait, they're down to 9 though. I mean, they can't even make enough colored mana to do anything, period, so seems fine. They just like averted the Cataclysm. They averted death by Cataclysm there. Alright, these cards are good. This card is good. This card is not exciting. This card's really bad. These cards are good. These cards are good. Am I missing something? Gonna keep the 1 Ray of Revelation in because I'm gonna do this combo turn where I Ray of Revelation targeting the Dragon's Breath. They don't bring in any removal. Should I play toward like 1 Cataclysm to draw towards? Do I need to like draw Terravore quicker? The only thing that triggers Oath, I mean, Oath can Oath out a bigger, it's like an answer to Dreadnought too, is the big thing. This is dumb. So why don't I just like Oath and 2 Terravores or something? Plowshares is this big game. Guess Cursed Totem isn't that good. I'll just keep one in to Enlightened Tutor for, because they can like Vision Charm it. Is like the big thing. They can also Vision Charm my Enlightened Tutors. Does that mean Tutor sucks? I think I'd rather have Tutor to find like the thing that matters. I mean, this Cursed Totem really sucks. Alright, let's draw some Wastelands, huh? I mean, Oath isn't good. No, Oath is fine. Alright, let's just draw some Wastelands. Nice. Exactly what we asked for. Take one. No discard spell. Not bad. Yeah, we're gonna Wasteland. Worldly Tutor. Bodes well. I mean, I guess it doesn't bode well. I can't quite time this, but I can Enlightened Tutor. Well, no. Yeah, I mean, if they have Elvish Spirit Guide. I mean, I'm just going to E-Tutor for Crypt and then play Sphere of Resistance and Crypt on turn 2, on turn 3. I think that's good enough. If their hand is exactly Reanimate, I'll die. If their hand is exactly Reanimate, I'll die in 2 turns. So basically, I can play Sphere. I mean, would you go for this line, like, in any other... I guess I should just ensure. Like, there's so many ways for me to just, like, win the game. After playing this Sphere, because I can go Sphere into Oath if they don't play a second land. But they're telegraphing that they have second land. But Sphere cuts off the Frozen Reclamation plan in, like, 2 turns as well. So this Oath gets to Oath, and then we're good. They can go for an... Okay, they can't Vision Charm here. So they can, once again, go for a Reanimate. So I can delay one more turn by getting a Crypt, which feels fine. I mean, like, it's just, like, so hard to imagine losing, because, like, Oath can always wait. I'm just going to play the super conservative line. I just, like, don't know what they're going to do. Like, they could end a turn, activate with green mana, and then the next turn they can play 2 mana Reanimate. They can't play, except for that doesn't work because they can't play whatever. But this cuts that off. I'll just play as if they have perfects. That's fine. I mean, this just adds like cards that they need to do to deal with it, and this Oath is just going to win the game afterwards. How many Terravores did I leave in the deck? 3? 3's a good number. Look at my green-white deck beating up on combo, huh? Really got to hand it to Pavlusek. Oh. I don't really need to. Pavluchek. Oathpauloosh. Nice. So they actually have it this turn, but they can't do it through the Crypt, and they won't be able to do it through second Crypt too. I think I probably took a good line. Like, I just don't feel like it was necessary. Oh, whatever. It's in hindsight, right? I'm like, oh, I didn't take any risks and I won. It's like, well, sometimes it's right to take risks. What have we got in the graveyard? A Mox, a Seal, Sylvan Library, Cursed Totem. Windswept Heath, Crypt. I'm gonna go buy this Cursed Totem in a moment. Or should I buy this Seal of Cleansing? They have a plan. Their plan is to suicide. Their plan is hoping that Crypt... Okay. I mean, maybe I was supposed to Crypt them there because of some weird shenanigans. I mean, they can't even like Shallow Grave in response if they had infinite mana. Whatever. They're just maybe doing a little practice run. Also, my Terravore is going to block. Oh man, Terravore is really good against Sutured Goal, huh? It's a 48-48 and I just block. What if I just let him do it and just blocked? That would have been so funny though. Alright, GG's. 3-0. Let's go round 4. Round 4 with 3-0 start. See if we can improve. I got Tutor for Oath. And I can cycle Step if I want. Opening on Duress. So if it's a beatdown deck, I want Oath, and if it's not a beatdown deck, I want Library. Tough place to be. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to get Oath to play around it being a beatdown deck, because even though Library can draw Oath later, Oath is really hard for black decks to remove. Like if it's mono black, the Oath can just win the game. So we're gonna try to beat them if they're mono black. I mean, they could be the Rock, in which case Oath isn't great, but it would stop them from playing Wall of Blossoms on turn 2. And then they'd have to wait until they have like Pernicious Deed. But yeah, Pernicious Deed does do a number. They took the sword, so they have creatures in their deck. Alright, 3 cards to 6 cards. Although this is more like 6 cards to 8 cards. So pit rack situation. It's starting to look like, yeah, okay. That's interesting. I wonder what I should do from here. I guess I should have gotten Library, huh? Double Curse Scroll. So hitting land drops is important. Not letting my hand size go too low is also important. I don't really want to give my opponent an Oath trigger. I don't think running out a Cataclysm is the worst on turn 4, but I'm likely going to be the victim of like some Chain of Smog. I mean, they didn't have a fault Chain of Smog last turn. Guess we'll consider Cataclysming them next turn. I played this a bunch on casuals. It's kind of a weird one. Okay. So yeah. Funeral Charm on my upkeep. Okay. Finish this Terravore, I think. This Cataclysm here isn't very exciting, but I will have the second land to follow up. And I'm never going to be able to Cataclysm again, because it could just get duressed out. I don't know, I might want my lands in play. Until they have the rack or they have Cursed Scroll online, I can just use this Cataclysm. I mean, I guess I could have held back a land, because playing a land doesn't get me anything. Yeah, that's okay. I just wish I had a Sylvan Library right now. Ask and deliver. Alright, let's get this Windswept Heath under a Funeral Charm here, because I want to be able to use it to shuffle. Okay, so we're going to go on like the creature, like the first I'm going to stop this factory, and then we're going to just try to put a face-up Exalted Angel onto the table at some point. And obviously Terravore is still a good draw. Okay. Sphere of Resistance is pretty playable here, and so is Seal of Cleansing. So all of these cards are good cards. I don't love being at 7 life, but I think if I like draw good cards, doesn't matter. I don't know. I think I probably shouldn't have done 2. I probably should have just done 1. Because I can just draw the Heath and then shuffle the other 2 next turn to keep my shuffles going. Because 7 is kind of Cursed Scroll range, and cracking these Heaths all of a sudden start hurting. But of course, those Cursed Scrolls can't get on if they're not on. I think I'm letting my opponent try to 1 and 5 me. They have an Edict, and oh, they faced me? Oh, that's pretty lucky for them. Plague Spitter is also pretty good, because that gets to do damage. Okay, so we are now on the Plow My Own Terravore plan. That Diabolic Edict, that like freaking Soul Diabolic Edict is pretty insane there. Give me something good. Okay. So I'm going to take 1 damage guaranteed. How does my opponent have 5 cards revealed? Oh, from the thing. Okay. Shuffle bug, huh? I guess I could have blown up my own Oath of Druids last turn. Because I know they have, if I knew they had potato. Okay. Can't beat this edict anyway, huh? Okay. Shouldn't have taken so much damage. Okay, potato. So Sphere is definitely the worst because they only draw one spell per turn. And I think a Sphere Cataclysm lock is just... I guess I'm trying to Sphere Cataclysm. That's like my goal. Have Negator post board. That could be bad for me. Rather have Oaths and Spheres. My Oaths are just going to enable their own thing. I don't know. Let's just not get to like no life next turn. This hand is really good against turn 1 Duress. Okay, bringing back the Spheres. Green source. I'll accept this. Here's a 5/5. Ooh, that's relevant. Here's a 4/4. One card left. It's removal. Oh, it's Dystopia. Okay. Note to self not to put too many green permanents in play. Face down Exalted Angel. Can find an Oath at some point. Not right now, though. I don't like the timing of this one, because it's like... you definitely can get information later here. But until then, we're just dirtling. Gonna be a little quiet here while I focus on the clock, I think, because I actually got to finish this game. Angel. Do I play around Smother? I don't think so. Opponent's hand is Dystopia plus Smother. Okay, we're just trying to beat this. It's going to be a Smother whether I like it or not. Oh, that's lovely. Hmm. That's Dust Bowl value right there. Basic swamp, huh? I win this race. I wonder how important it is to get this Curse Scroll off the table. Like, if they spend 3 mana every turn, just Curse Scroll, do I care? I mean, technically, destroying it means my Sylvan, I can like start using my Sylvan, but opponent's playing Pit Rack without pits or racks, though. That's like the thing. And a Dystopia here for my Sylvan is like not my favorite thing. Oh, they just have another basic swamp. I have an answer for dystopia. I don't have an answer for too many other scary things. Let's go ahead and do it now. Damn. Guess I should have gone for animate morph. Fortunately, I'm lower on time, which I don't love. Okay, so Oath is still fine because they can just they might randomly Withered Wretch me. It's funny because because of the time pressure, I can't play like a Sphere of Resistance tap all your shit game forever. But maybe that's the only kind of game I can play. Well, can't sacrifice. Oath dies to Dystopia, so we'll just do it like this, I think. Withered Wretch is kind of good, though. Yeah, let's just go for plan A. Is this just to turn off Withered Wretch? Seems kind of bad. Is it better than Sphere Resistance, though? In many senses, that Withered Wretch is really bad for me because I just don't have a lot of threats, so they're just playing mono removal. I can't count on Plowshares always being there for me if Wretch hits the table. I literally top decked it. Just because they didn't have negators that game doesn't mean they can't bring them in for the last game either. And this just it's only good if I get the God draw, everything all together, and their mana screwed. Do I need to play Moxes? Mox is just good with Cataclysm. Pretty weird matchup because both decks are just these kind of low resource decks. I'm on the mulligan, which is great for being on low resource. It's my opponent doesn't really care about casting one spell per turn. They don't really care about getting cataclysmed. They don't really care about anything. And it's their cards are so bad that me interacting with their cards just doesn't matter. Okay, that's fine. They have the dystopia. I guess if they have the dystopia, I should hold plow. So if they had the dystopia, I should hold plow because they can hit my Ray of Revelation with the Wither Wretch if I ever trigger this, but it looks like I'm just going to trigger this, so we're good. Okay, we have a 5/5. Okay, we have a Mox. Okay. So the goal is to not get... Okay, so I want plow and find up, so I need double white. I would like to cycle, and I would like to seared resistance. Okay, maybe seared resistance isn't good because it's going to hurt me. I mean, seared resistance stops dystopia, so whatever. I mean, alternately I can Argivian Find Cursed Totem, which is not really a play. They're going to try to burn me out, I guess. Oh wow, it's like the top 2 cards. Damn. Okay, this is a good port though. Is there anything I can find to help? Find for 2 mana, Sylvan for 3, I'd rather port. Smother, okay. And for 3. But my next one's going to be a fucking Exalted Angel for sure, right? Edict? Oh man, should I have, no, there's nothing I could have done because they could have just floated mana. Okay. I guess I should have found Sylvan. Plowshares, please. Guess I should have plowed my own Terravore or something. I don't know. Freaking potato beatdown, man. I've like gotta hand it to my opponent there. What's this? Something good? How many Plowshares do I have in the graveyard? 1, 2, 2? How does this work? I draw 2. So if I cycle this right now, I'll draw a card and then I'll draw 2 more. And that's all she wrote. Well, double ritual. Alright, final round, round 5. Let's see if I can punch my ticket to this month's playoffs with Oathpauloosh. Drawing a lot of 1-landers for a 28-land deck. Take this though. Do I want to play a turn 1 Terravore or turn 1 Oath? Well, I guess I don't need these Terravores if I have a bunch of Oaths, so there's that. Oh, that's a Vice. Alright, Port Vice. Heath. Mox. Port. What's Port Vice? That's the wait, is this pyrostatic? Is this like prison? Do I need more info before running out a Terravore that can die to Bolt? I mean, this just seems like it's Tinker Mud or whatever. Should I go fetch the Seal Cleansing preemptively? Oh, is this like a... Okay. That is fine. Vice, huh? I love Glow Rider decks, but I don't know about Black Vice in them. I feel like you could just play a creature. Oh, Wasteland's pretty sick though. But we're gonna start Oathing, which is even better. Oh. Oh, Second Oath. Time to start plowing your own glow rider. The Treetop Village. I don't think I can lose this game. Second port, huh? Okay. Well, let's just hold on to the Wasteland then. I think there's like maybe a reason to fear my opponent playing like a spell that is like big. Oh, Treetop. Maybe I don't want my opponent to have access to a spell that costs red mana. I think I'll just play more lands, and yeah, who knows what they want red for, but it could be relevant, right? Yeah, this is one of those games where all you have to do is put Exalted Angel into play and then produces a victory. Alright, so we have no idea what our opponent is up to. We just know that they don't really care about zero resistance. Which is good for us because we can definitely do this if they try to answer our oaths. And we'll just say that every deck has artifacts and enchantments that matter. Although if you play Glow Rider, you wouldn't play a lot of non-creature spells, huh? Well, there's at least Black Vice. This hand is pretty fine. I wouldn't mind more lands, but I always wouldn't mind more lands. Enlightened Tutor for Serves Resistance or something? Exploration. This is just lands with Glow Rider or something? Port Dustbowl, huh? Oof. This is awkward. This Wasteland is really good. I think the problem is... So basically I can't play Terravore this game if I don't fetch a forest. And I'm not going to be playing Terravore for a while anyways. I mean, I could Wasteland the port and then play on. Or I can just pitch the Mox, get a forest, and then go for the suppression game. I mean, let's go ahead and... Exploration makes me think that there's like a high... Like, this Wasteland's pretty valuable, but Exploration's making me think like there's a high chance of... high chance of like a Horn of Greed situation, so let's just go ahead and Ray of Revelation this. Maybe I should only keep 10 landers. Should I play like 30 lands in this deck? I like every opening hand I haven't been getting any lands. It's just kind of like, can we get some lands? Yeah, there's that Horn of Greed. Okay, so we really want to draw a land, yeah? Picked up the port. Guess that's fine. Okay, I'll take my free card. Take out Horn of Greed. Little... Each player drew a card. Each player played a card. Well, symmetrical effect here. And we're going to go get a Sylvan Library now. No removal. That's good news. Mishra's bad news. Should I find the Seal of Cleansing now? I think so. I really don't want to take any damage. And they already showed that they didn't have a removal spell, so... Wouldn't mind a fetch land, yeah? Ooh, Treva's is decent. Top of library. Why don't we just put creature into play? 3/3? Should be good enough. Tutor. They can tutor for their own oath. They can tutor for Ensnaring Bridge. Guess we want the Naturalize too, huh? Horn agreed. I got land drops too, you know. I have the answer in hand. Okay, so imagine I draw Cataclysm. Seal from my library, not bad. I never cached my library, but wasn't sure what the situation was. I'm unmolested this turn. Let's draw a card. It's an Oath, I think, or it's a Find. Seal Cleansing. Horn agreed. Pump my Terravore. And we have a seal ready, and we have a flashback, whatever ready. I almost have too many creatures. Seems pretty good, because then my opponent's just dead. Right. That's a 4-1. And that wraps it up. Unfortunately, not a lot of great data in that league. Elves didn't really do anything because their draws didn't line up that well. The Hermit match was kind of iffy. They had a mulligan, and we just kind of had the right cards at the right time. I think normally you would have a harder time versus combo. That double dark ritual game is sick. Pretty funny to lose to dark ritual after Fran's dark ritual sucks tour. Um, And yeah, that match against Lance was super lopsided, and the match against Enchantress was, super lopsided and bad variance from our opponents. I still think this is a super strong deck, all things considered. It just attacks from super solid angles. Most of the cards in the deck are solid. Moving forward, I honestly just want to cut Mox Diamonds and play more Tranquil Thicket, like play some cycling lands and get the land count even higher. because we like didn't really draw lands that game. This third Angel didn't come in. Um, I played some testing matches where having just more threats was fine, and Fran was sideboarding an Angel or like an Angel and a Baloth or two Angels and a Baloth or whatever. I don't really love the idea of sideboarding different creatures when it doesn't. It's like a fairly low cost to play the main deck. Um, but something to think on more. Felt like Enlightened Tutor was like totally fine. Tutor for Library is like pretty bad because you're spending 2 cards to go up 2 cards for 8 life. So you're like basically casting like double Portent for white, green, 1, 8 life. But sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. So yeah, I really just look at tutors as extra copies of Oaths. I think the third Sylvan Library would be totally fine. It's obviously really good with the shuffle effects. Um, but yeah, super solid deck. I have just been consistently impressed by it, and honestly, it's a terror to play against, I assume, just because of the kind of triple threat of Oath of Druids against creature decks, Sphere Resistance against combo decks, and Cataclysm against control decks. Like these are all just like super great cards against them, and the rest of the stuff just kind of ties the room together. So great stuff, Fran, and I will see you hopefully next time. Hope to do more videos.